it's Monday again. So similar situation to Lily's. So welcome back to class, everybody. We just finished our unit on getting through some cell structure, and I want to do a little bit of a review with you. And I know it's been a long weekend, so I think we might need some pictures to help us formulate some memories, or remember some things, rather. So we were talking about cell structure. Everyone see that? I've taken off a lot of the vocab from here, because that's what we're going to be working on in class today for the first bit. Does anyone remember what this thing is?
Cell membrane.
Cell membrane? Can we think of some other names for that?
Lipid,
I heard lipid. We're getting real close. I heard lipid and bilayer.
Yeah.
Phospholipid and bilayer. That's what we're going to go with today. And we're going to use a method called the Freyer model. Do you guys remember that one? It's a method of kind of organizing your thoughts. And we're going to take this away for a little bit. I'm just going to demonstrate how I did it for a cat. Okay. So just a simple example, we're going to go through the things that you need to do for the Freyer model. And I will pass out, actually I can just do this right now. Do you want to take one and pass them through the room? So Freyer models, you can do these in any order that you want. It's just kind of first thing that comes to mind. I do want you guys to use your own words in describing this. And the word that we are going to put in the middle is phospholipid bilayer. Now remember, in science, I'll put that picture back up so you guys can use kind of the picture to help you remember things. But in science, we often need to break down some things. We can also use drawings to describe our thoughts. So let's go over the cat thing, and maybe we'll help go over some things. So the first thing I always like to do is kind of get a definition. So I can define a cat in my own words as a four-legged animal. It's got a tail usually, and it's got fur, and it's got padded and clawed feet. These are all just descriptions, right, of what I think a cat is. They have a rough tongue. Have you ever had a cat lick your face or your hand or something? And they can also vary in size, so we can have like really big cats or really small cats. The bottom two are going to be our examples and non-examples. So going off what I just said about the size of a cat, we can have Chewy, which is my house pet. Or we can have like a cheetah, which is a lot bigger, right? So those are examples. What are some non-examples of a cat that I don't have listed up here? Give me anything. A python, very good. A frog, yeah.
A tail.
A what?
A tail.
Okay.
It's
It's very good, yeah. Thinking outside the box, I like it.
My cat doesn't have a tail.
Sure, yeah. A car is a very good example. Does anyone remember the last piece of information we need from the Freyer model?
Characteristics.
Characteristics. So these kind of go hand in hand with our definition. I like to draw things, so I drew a cat's face and kind of pointed out some of the details there. So what I want you guys to do is do this for a phospholipid bilayer. And remember, this is review, so we're going to go over it at the end of class, and we're going to kind of help each other remember some terms. But I want you guys to describe the phospholipid bilayer in your own words, or draw it. And I'm going to put this figure back up to jog memories. Are there any questions?
Can you spell that?
Yes, I will spell it.
I got phospholipid.
And everyone read that. And again, in science, we do break things down. You guys can work in pairs if you want.
Unless we make science better.
So the phospholipid bilayer is a part of the cell membrane that allows
Remember, you guys can
different
use the diagram up there.
particles and organisms to enter in and out of the cell.
Okay, that's the definition.
Yeah, I mean, he might have a more technical definition than I do, but that's basically the definition. It operates through potassium and chlorine channels, and potassium and chloride ions bind different parts of the layers.
Oh, I know this now.
And open
Okay.
I took an electron transfer.
Yeah.
Still have no idea.
It's in technical science.
I don't know it very well. I know them for neurons better than.
It's pretty close to how neurons work.
Okay.
But
So
it's
all I know is that
cells.
basically it's like, does it pass things along?
When you think bilayer, what is bilayer?
Kind of. It's more like a gate where it lets some things in and doesn't let others in, or like some things in and out and other things can't get in and out.
What's the purpose of it?
To protect the cell. It protects the cell from invading.
Think of what
and
lipid means. Remember what lipid means?
gets rid of waste and lets like food sources and things like that.
So
Depending on
then
the
that can help you with your
cell.
voting.
They're in human cells, they're in plant cells, they're in cells as a whole.
Are we doing a running out of ideas? Yes.
What's the word when something has like multiple polarities in it? It's called like amphipathic or you know what that is?
I'll look it up and get back to you.
I didn't hear what you said.
Polar? Oh, okay.
You're at 6:30.
Okay.
No, it's true.
So the definition I would use is it is a component
Okay.
Part of the cell.
a part of the cell membrane
These are important.
that uses
Transmembrane proteins.
that was a good transmembrane protein. That uses ion channels
You're going to take a train across the
to let only
Okay, guys, let's bring it back together. And I'd like to hear some of your descriptions in your own words. Anybody want to start off? Yes, Jamie.
Okay, so it's two layers that forms a barrier around a cell that keeps things in and out.
Great. That's a great definition, right? Is it? Does everyone agree? I think it's a good example, yeah. Or good definition, excuse me. Anyone else want to help out with that? Use their own descriptors? Yes.
I basically said the same thing, but it also has like proteins in it that help transport things across and identify stuff.
Great, yeah. Does anyone want to come up to the board and point out what the two layers are? Anybody? Sure. Yeah.
So this is the one layer and that's the other layer.
Right. Right. So we have kind of a zoom in here. So this is a phospho, and then it's got the tails here.
Yes, sorry, and these are the tails that are lipid, they don't like water, so they're on the inside, and these hydrophilic or water-loving heads are on the outside.
Very good. She actually brought up some really good terms that we're going to continue to use in the lecture after we get done with this. Yes, Cody.
What do the colors have to do with the hydrophilic heads?
We like colors.
Okay.
There's no real reason. Anybody else want to give me some examples or non-examples? Sure.
My dog.
Your dog is not a phospholipid. Very good. Yeah, the fats are an example, or yep, very good. Yeah, so we were just talking about these tails are lipids. They're fats, so they don't like water, so they stay on the inside. Water can be on the outside of the cell or on the inside of the cell. Great job. So next we are going to go into our lecture, continuing with this subject, and we're going to actually identify some more vocabulary for you guys. They're going to be important when we learn more about cells and intercellular communication. Thank you.